A breaking news follow-up here, a major traffic alert as the westbound lanes to the Wallace Tunnel are closed. This after a multi-vehicle accident. Our Tori Thornton is on the scene. Toy, at last check, the injuries were non-life-threatening. What else can you tell us?
Yeah, Lenice, we're at the westbound entrance of the Wallace Tunnel right now, as you can see behind us. And I can tell you right now, from what we can see, traffic is backed up for miles. But want to give you a look at what we're seeing right now. We're a little far from the actual accident, but take a look. We can kind of see actually a truck kind of leaned on the side, and some people told us that there were about 6 to 8 cars up there. Some folks walking around in this area. Obviously, a very frustrating situation for a lot of people who were trying to travel. Traffic is completely stopped. The good news is that as of now, as far as we know, there are non-life-threatening injuries. However, again, traffic is backed up for miles here, starting in the tunnel, as you can see, going all the way down the Bayway. And a lot of people actually are out right now walking about the bridge, just trying to figure out what's going on. Of course, asking us a lot of questions, trying to see what we know at this point. And as you can see, Mobile police are on the scene, as well as some other workers trying to figure out how to get this done. Of course, I spoke to Mobile Fire and Rescue, Stephen Millhouse. He's the public information officer for them. He told me that at this point, no one can get in and no one can get out of this bridge right now. So everybody here is pretty much stuck for a while, and it's going to take a little bit for this to really get cleaned up and get cleared up. But as you probably saw on some of the video that we showed you from the traffic cameras, you can see at least one car is overturned and several other cars are sort of piled onto it or crashed into it and whatnot. And so that's what we're seeing here. We can't see a lot from this vantage point. We're going to try to get a little bit closer, but we didn't want to, get turned around by police. So we wanted to get something before we're turned around again. But again, you can probably see right now even some of the people getting out of their cars, walking, and asking Mobile police officers what really has happened here. We may be told, and he's coming this way, we may be told to move, but as for now, and Dacian, just turn the camera around just so they can kind of see the backups on the other side. Dacian Smith, our photographer, is out here right now. He's gonna just turn the camera around, so excuse that movement, and just show you the backups right now. And that's just a little bit of what you can see. You could imagine what these backups look like here on the Bayway, going into the Bayway from the Wallace Tunnel. And again, this is the westbound lane. The eastbound side is moving pretty smoothly on the other side. However, this lane is just backed up, and people are just sitting here at a standstill, and they're going to be here watching and waiting for a good bit, as far as we can tell. And again, from what we heard from Mobile Fire and Rescue, again, nobody can get in, nobody can get out, so they might be here for a good little while right now. And so we're just watching and waiting along with them, and certainly we'll let you know what we know, of course, on Facebook Live and also on our app, Fox 10. Lenice, back to you.
All right, Toy, while I've got you there on the scene, a couple of questions for you. What are police telling drivers there sitting in that traffic when they expect this to be back open? I'm actually not sure yet, Lenice. I haven't spoke to any police officers on the scene just yet, because we just got here, and I did reach out to Mobile Police Department. Their PIO, their public information officer, was just trying to find out what was going on and get back to me. So hopefully we'll hear something from him soon. However, I could imagine that police are just trying to keep these drivers patient as they wait through this. I don't see anybody or any trucks coming through. I can imagine they probably will have to come through the other way. And I did see some drivers actually pulling out through, there's a small little portion, and it looks like it's not even for drivers, but there's a small little portion. Did see some drivers kind of, pulling out of the Bayway and going onto that. That's how we were able to walk in. It kind of leads you to where Austell is, just kind of give you an example of where exactly we are and you know, how that works. But most of these people are here and they're pretty much stuck for now. And again, I don't know what police are telling them, but I can imagine that police are telling them they're going to have to be patient because this is certainly, of course, a touch and go situation, and they're going to have to wait until some help can get to this scene.
Yeah, Toy, speaking of help, you know, as you guys were headed to the scene, you mentioned trucks. Have you seen any wreckers get out there yet to clear this up?
Yeah, I haven't, Lanice. I really haven't. We have obviously a lot of 18-wheelers here on the Bayway, and I do see a fire truck up there that was able to get through that way, but I haven't seen any pickup trucks, any wreckers, anything like that come this way or head this way. I could imagine some of them may be having a hard time getting through traffic if they're coming from the Eastern Shore way or from the westbound way. I could imagine they would have a very, very, very hard time getting through traffic. So not exactly sure how they're going to make that work here, but this is going to be a tough situation to get here, and I could imagine obviously getting these cars up off of each other. This could take hours.
Toy, I don't know how close you are to a police officer, but could you walk up and maybe ask them what they're going to do about this backlog of traffic? I mean, it is stacked and packed. We're seeing on our traffic tracker here red all the way back on the Bayway there. I wonder if you can ask an officer, what are they planning to do to maybe get these cars turned around, or do they just expect people to sit there and wait?
Okay, I'm gonna have to, okay, Dacia's gonna move with me. We're gonna walk up and see if we can do that right now. The officers are a little further up, but we'll go ahead and walk up. But again, and excuse the video moving. Our photographer is walking with me and trying to make sure he's videoing well as trying to keep the picture still. But I'm gonna walk up to these officers and see if I can speak to someone. As you can see, a lot of people up here just sitting in their cars waiting. Some of them, you know, outside of their cars talking. A lady just walked up to me, and she actually walked up with me up here to the area just to see what was going on, because you know, they're not hearing anything, and she said that she had been watching Fox 10 News through the app in her car, and that's how she was able to get some information. And so, you guys, anything?
Nothing.
At all?
Nothing.
Nothing about the situation?
We pulled up and it was just like that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they one guy said, I don't know, they had people come run through here with a fire extinguisher, so I guess something was on fire or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. Oh, got him on camera.
Yeah, yeah. No idea how. So no idea how this is going to get cleaned up.
No. What I think happened though, somebody come over and clipped them, put one of them in the wall, and it flipped the other one. I mean, the way it's set up down there, it looks like that's what happened.
Yeah,
you know? Somebody got over and clipped them. You know?
Yeah, it appears that way. And so again, they haven't told you about how long it's going to take, or anybody coming to clean this up?
No, well, I mean, we've been here about 30 minutes now, so probably another hour before I think anything can run through here, you know. I know one guy went up, like I said, with a fire extinguisher, so I know something was on fire. Mm-hmm. But I think everybody down there is okay, you know, because I asked them and they said nobody's hurt. Yeah. Not severely hurt, you know, which is good. But we're going to be here for a while.
Yeah, there you go, have it. It sounds like they're going to be here for a while. And again, we'll try to get up to an officer. I'll see how close one is, but I know they're working the scene, and I won't bother them while they're working this scene if they're too close. But you know, he's just one of the guys that's standing by here, watching, waiting just to try to get some answers. It's going to get a little loud up here, but as you guys can see, there are couple of fire rescue engines here, and also an ambulance up here. And we're going to try to get you as close as possible. I'm going to talk to this. Okay, he told us to stop right here. Just going to ask him a few questions. I know they can't talk on camera, so just give me just a second, Lanice, if you want to take over for a sec.
Absolutely. And if you're just joining us right now, we have our Tori Thornton on the scene. You're looking at a major incident that happened inside the Wallace Tunnel earlier this afternoon. Both lanes are blocked. We have confirmed that the injuries here are described as non-life-threatening, despite this scary image that you're seeing here. We are trying to find out exactly how long it might take to clear this up. You can see a wrecker is on the scene, but this has caused a massive backup all the way back to the Bayway. So we want to get back now with our Toy, because Toy, you just were able to speak to law enforcement. What they say?
Yeah, I just spoke to law enforcement. Actually, we got some good news here. Actually, two wreckers are here on the scene. Of course, we couldn't see them from where we are, but now we can actually see them here. Two wreckers are here on the scene, and they are working to get this cleaned up. He said it shouldn't be more than about 30 to 45 minutes for them to really get this cleaned up. It looks like they're trying to take that truck off of the top of the car that's flipped over. And so he said that this should get cleaned up pretty soon here. So good news for those on the Bayway. And of course, as we walk back to our car and to our station, we will certainly be letting people know that good news. 30 to about 45 minutes. Lanice?
All right, Tori Thornton reporting there. We will have much more on this story coming up on Fox and News at 4, but a traffic alert, major backups westbound there for I-10. We'll have more later today.